Welcome back to Design Para Sa Lahat, your Design Project of the Week. Right now we're here on Design Para Sa Lahat and we're doing our Design Project of the Day.
This is the exciting part.
How to start your own small collection of shoes. It's going to be a lot of fun design. It's going to feel like a cooking show, actually.
All right.
So before you do that, there's a listing of suppliers and the manufacturers that we have in Marikina that's available online on our website. That's Design Para Sa Lahat.
So if you want to start up your own business, you can just go to that site and
the suppliers and manufacturers
that helps
will
you a
all
lot.
be there.
Yes.
Exactly. So once you have some inspiration, for example, you're shopping around, saw this really nice piece of textile, and you feel like, I wonder how this will look like as a shoe. What we can do is you can fold it into a triangle. It will look like a shoe tip, and then you'll see it's a lot of stuff. It's enough stuff for a design. And then you look for suppliers. One of them probably could also make your shoe last or your mold for it. It's called a shoe last. What they can do for you is create a shoe last based on the style you want, on the design. They also have a library of shoe lasts and shapes that they can use. Have it wrapped with masking tape. Just design
you start drawing on it.
Sketching your design on it. Or the pattern making, and make the pattern for you. Stretch it out, and it's going to look like a pattern like this, which then is given to your upper maker, the person making it the upper. The upper is the upper part of the shoe, and they're going to make with the fabric that you've chosen or the leather your upper like this. So it's really the same thing. You can select the different leathers. You can have really nice suedes or different kinds of colors. Like this one's a nice graphite. So now we have the upper.
Yeah.
It's very interesting right now what it does. What they've done to reinforce the size is to put what they call raya. That's what they call it, raya.
Raya.
So this actually what this raya does is it reinforces the size.
And I guess it makes it also friendlier to your feet.
Your shoemaker or cobbler will set it on the mold, on the shoe last,
like this,
and stretch it well with his hammer and with his nails until finally you have the shoe, the upper wrapped onto the mold.
Look look how they do it.
It's an art form. It's a craft. I mean, a lot of people can't do it. And the way they've been doing it because of a lot of training.
Because there are no bumps and no folds, see?
Exactly. It's a lot of bunched up material that they've actually skived very well or thinned out. So that it evens out when you put the insole.
The insole. Right.
Most insoles for shoes, especially higher end ones, should have a shank. A shank is there so that this part of the shoe will not bend. If there's no shank there, this part detaches this much. And you have a deformed shoe and probably an accident as well.
Right.
And then what they do, they screw on your heel.
And depending on the height of your shoes, then you'd probably need the platforms or not.
And now you have a finished product, which is something from FG Shoes, one of the best ones in Marikina.
When you're buying a pair of shoes or when you're making a pair of shoes, what things do you have to consider? Because that's what I look for when I'm buying my shoes. Of course, comfort. Also, I look at the craftsmanship. I make sure that it's very well made and there's nothing sticking out.
It should last a longer time, but you won't really see that when you have it made.
So how do you know that it will last you a long time?
It should not bend where it shouldn't bend. For example, where the steel shank is, this area should not bend. It should be even when you put it on the table. It should not be wobbling all over. You should look out for the way it's attached, the attachments, the glues and the adhesives, for example. All the entire fabric and leather have to be evenly set on the shoe. So that's how you know if it's a really well-made shoe or not. Ilang saglit lang at magbabalik ang Design Para Sa Lahat.